Okay, so we were talking about questions and questioning God and asking God questions in order to develop a better relationship with Him and to seek Him and just get a better understanding of the season that we're currently in, which for us, for me and you, because you're here watching this video, it's our singleness season. So here's my question. What have I done in my life that has caused me to be in this position, single and alone? You forced me to be alone. What have I done? And God said, you know what? Stop. Singleness is not a punishment. Marriage is not a reward. These are both things that are blessings. They are genuinely blessings, and they are pointed to different people at different times in their lives. And we just have to be accepting of that. We have to realize that people that are married aren't better because they're married. People that are single aren't worse because they're single. Each thing is a different season in your life. Some people get married and then end up single. Some people start off single and then end up married. It's a season in your life. God appoints these seasons according to the plan that He has for each of our lives. So as I started reflecting on my life, as I was asking this question, I just started thinking about my life and all the choices and decisions that I've made. And I couldn't help but to wonder if I had done something, if maybe I had done something differently, or if there was just one thing at all in particular that I did that caused me to be here. And if there was, what was that? I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes in life, and I just couldn't help but wonder if I had done things differently, would my end result be different? And obviously, I believe it no doubt would have been different, because our decisions are the thing that unfold our lives. I mean, no one in my family or friend circle when I was younger ever sat me down, even as an adult. No one, even growing up in the church, no one ever actually sat me down and had a legit conversation about romantic relationships and the proper way to date and those type of things. And I feel like I just was really messed up because of that. Like, I feel like a lot of things could have been prevented and avoided had I just known. I didn't know. And so what happened was because I didn't know, because nobody took the time out to talk to me about these uncomfortable conversations, I made some mistakes that I'm not proud of, and that have me thinking now, would things be different? Would they be better? Would they be worse? Would they be the same? I have experienced relationships with several different types of men. There's the bad boy, serial cheater, the gentleman, the random stranger, the married man, the long distance relationship, the emotionally unavailable, the divorce, the super passive, the friends with benefits, and the just friends. You know, it's been such a roller coaster of emotions that came with all of these relationships. And I just wonder if I had avoided some or all of those, if my mindset would be different, if my choices would have been different, and if my life right now would look differently. One thing that I can tell you is all of those past relationships were a terrible idea. Sure, they gave me some life experience, and they helped me to realize what I do not want in a husband and what I will not tolerate in a husband. But I just feel like maybe I could have just not did with all of that, and just like, I mean, if I would have known the love that the Father has for us, and that if, you know, it's not worth it, it's not worth it. If I had known, if somebody would have been able to just sit down, talk to me, and get through to my young mind and tell me what great things God has in store for me if I'm just obedient and patient and just wait on him. I would have skipped all of that heartbreak, and I don't know, maybe I would have found some new hobbies or something. Those relationships were a lot. They were a lot, and I feel like if I could have avoided some or all of them, I would be better for it. Each of these relationships stole from me, tore me apart, broke my heart. And yeah, I honestly can't think of one that didn't. And that's a horrible thing to say, but it was even worse to have to live through. And when I realized the love of God and how he didn't want any of that for me, I just really want to, as much as I can, share that with other people who are in a situation similar. If you can hear me now, please believe me when I tell you it's not worth it. It's not worth the heartache, and it may feel good to be in a relationship and have somebody that tells you that they love you and get to hold hands and just be kiki, and it feels good at the moment. But man, when that thing blows up, it's not worth it. Listen to me. Please listen to me. Nobody told me. If they did I listen? So you should listen. Listen to me. Each of those relationships could have been avoided by simply just making a different decision. And I can't 100% say that I didn't know to make a different decision. No, I did. I was just a young woman, young teenager first, and then a young woman. And yeah, got a little boy crazy, and I thought that I knew better. And sometimes we do that with God. We think we know better. And this is actually a great example of how not to run your life, how not to develop spiritually, is to don't go towards the things that you feel like are going to be best for you. Because the things that God has for us, they truly are better for us, but they're not comfortable. They feel different than anything we could imagine. And they're not ideal in our mind. We couldn't have thought them up or chosen them for ourselves. But they're better. And I can only tell you that when you experience it, when you experience the love and the blessing of the Father, then you understand when I say they are better. They just are better. And it's not something that I can explain, because it's not even something that I can imagine. God blows my mind every time I just decide to buckle down and trust and follow and have faith and just he sit down, be quiet, and just wait. He's continuously blowing my mind as he peels back layers off of me. And as he molds me and shapes me and peels off the junk off of me, he's continuously blessing me. So it's not that we wait till we get to the end of our singleness journey that we find the blessing, because there are several blessings along the way, just with me and myself, and finding out who I am and who I am through the Father and who he's made me to be and what he has for me in the future. Those things have been such a blessing. And so it's not that I'm looking forward to being married to the man that he has for me, but I'm appreciative of where I am now. I'm appreciative of this season. I'm appreciative of this opportunity to draw nearer to him, to be able to hear him, to get directions and instructions, so that when I am joined in marriage, I will have to focus some on my husband, but I also will have such a great bond with God already and have built such a good foundation that, it won't be hard to do. Actually, it won't be a matter of doing both, because doing one will be attributed to doing the other. They'll complement each other instead of being follow God or do for your husband, love God, love your husband. No, they'll be the same thing. and which will make life easier and make it such a joy and such a blessing. So each of those decisions in my past, those relationships, each thing I decided was another step to get me to where I am today. So if I want to blame anybody about where I am today and in this single season, don't look to God. Not to blame, to thank maybe, but to blame. If you want to blame anybody, blame yourself. But do it in correction and love. Don't do it in a hateful way. Don't hate yourself for the decisions and choices that you made in the past. Because you have a chance now. You're clear-headed now. You get it. You know what you have to do. And you've been set apart for the Father now. So he's paying attention to you. And he set you aside now. And he's saying, I love you. And I just want you to listen to me. So now you're in a good place. All you have to do is, buckle down and listen. And be prepared for the blessings that are going to come with that. So at some point in our life, we have to say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm done with my stupid decisions. And the only way to actually be done, and for enough to actually be done, is to decide to seek wise counsel. And you can do that in a number of ways. But first and foremost, you want to seek the Father. You want to make sure that you're drawing nearer to him, that you're creating a relationship with him, that you're listening to his will, that you are in tune to the Holy Spirit. And then also you want to make sure that anything you're feeding your spirit, any music, any messages, anything you're watching, those are our five senses. Anything that touches one of those senses, they should all be pointing you to the Father and to the kingdom. And if they're not, then I need you to reevaluate them. Because if it's not wise counsel, it's not God. And sometimes it may seem really good for you, and you don't find out until later that wasn't it. That wasn't for me. I messed up. And a way to avoid that is to always stop, calm down, and have some patience. Have patience enough to ask God a question and then wait. Wait, don't just ask and go, okay, I think I know what he wants me to do. You literally have to listen. It's like being on the phone and, calling your friend up and going, yeah, I had a good day and I need you to do, what do you want me to wear? And then hanging up. You don't know what to wear. You don't know how their day went because you didn't wait for the answer. It's the same thing. When you ask God a question through prayer, through whatever you do, through fasting, when you ask him a question, when you say those words out of your mouth, be prepared to wait. It's not, and there's no time limit on it. You have to be in tune to the Holy Spirit so that you yourself know when you have received that answer. And only you will know it. You'll know it. There are different ways that God speaks to us. And you'll know when it's him. And so that is all. That's all that I have for today. I'm going to stop right there. We have so much more. I have so much more to share, but I have to do it in increments. I hope that this has blessed you. I hope that it encourages you. I hope that it inspires you to stay right where you are and to continue working on you and your relationship with the Father first, so that when God takes you to the next stage and level of your spiritual development and the next level in your life, whatever that may be, that you'll be ready. You'll be prepared for the blessing and the increase, and it won't overwhelm you and freak you out, and you won't squander it. I hope that this helps you. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.